We're back again.
Here
we
we
have
are.
more questions.
Yes.
Tell them how they can send us more questions so that these can keep
At
rolling
our
out.
Twitter, which is Off the Rope Show. At Off the Rope Show, right?
Correct.
And it's down below.
Is there any other way they can submit questions?
No.
So get on Twitter and do the good thing.
And tell your friends, too.
Yes. I think this is bold and I got to be off.
Just shut up and read.
Yeah.
Do your job. Know your role.
You'll pay for this. All right. At Big Max 513 wants to know if Shelton Benjamin or Carlito does come back, which match do you think would be more epic against Antonio Cesaro? So Shelton Benjamin versus Antonio Cesaro or Carlito versus Antonio Cesaro?
Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah, easy. Yeah, it's Shelton Benjamin.
I mean, the promos with Carlito will be better, but Shelton Benjamin usually gives us that oh shit moment and is a much better ring worker. So him with Cesaro, be a good match.
Oh, yeah. I have no doubt. The one thing that you said about the promos, I hope that if Carlito does come back, he comes back with an apple.
Exactly. He better spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool.
Exactly.
I didn't realize you guys were such big Carlito cologne marks.
Well, I've always been a fan of Carlito.
Love the apple gimmick.
Yes.
But you hate Brodus Clay. At Gaxity, I think I pronounced that right. If not, I blame Mike. Which matches do you see being the 3 main event matches and biggest draws at WrestleMania 29 this year?
Cena Rock.
Brock Triple H.
And Undertaker against whoever's left.
Would that be Punk?
Probably so. Yeah, I would have to say it's probably going to be Punk at this point.
Is there anything you would do differently than those 3 matches?
Undertaker, Cena.
So you're saying you'd want Rock and Punk to have one more match?
Might as well.
Yeah.
The Rock's there, it's going to draw, so...
I don't know, though. That'll be their 3rd match, though. Is that really a draw?
That's current WWE.
It's just...
But to be fair, it would be the culmination of a program, and it would probably involve Punk going over Rock in the main event of the biggest show of the year.
And what if it was like a last man standing or a...
I Quit match.
Yeah, an I Quit match. Something different, something to add to it. To say, this is the end of the feud, it's blowing off, you're not going to see The Rock for a while.
Okay, you sold me. I'll go along with that.
If Taker isn't there, what would be your 3rd big-time match? Assuming Brock and Triple H happens and Cena versus Rock happens, who are they going to have Punk face?
Really?
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
The Shield?
Versus Brad Maddox.
3-on-1?
He's already got everything in his corner, so Brad Maddox is obviously going to win, so the Shield's probably going to need to bring in like 4 more guys.
Especially with the inspiration of Honey Boo Boo in his corner.
Shut
Honey
up!
Mode FCW at Leroy 3707. Who do you believe will go into the Hall of Fame first? Ultimate Warrior, Randy Savage, or Owen Hart?
Randy Savage.
Randy Savage.
Yeah.
Which one will be the last one to go in?
Ultimate Warrior.
Really? Why?
There's a lot of burnt bridges there, and he isn't exactly trying to build them either.
I think Owen Hart, just on the fact it's going to take a while to convince that he needs to go in.
I just think that it's going to be Warrior. You know, there's been a lot of... You know, I mean...
What about Bruno Sammartino? He's going in this year. You want to talk about burnt bridges, though.
I agree. Well, I don't know. Bruno didn't really light a bridge on fire the way that Ultimate Warrior did by holding out for more money right before a pay-per-view.
That's good negotiating.
Bruno going on national TV and calling out Vince during the steroid shit of the early 90s. That didn't light a fire?
No. But, hey, they put Hogan in, too, and he went on stand against Vince McMahon. Thank you.
Yeah, but Hogan also helped make that company what they were.
Exactly.
At Rock the House 1, do you guys think that there's a possibility of Swagger turning face and facing Cesaro for the U.S. title anytime soon?
No.
No, in fact, I think that you'll have more of a chance of the opposite happening, of Cesaro turning face and facing Swagger. It's just the way that they brought in Swagger in these last couple of weeks.
You've already ruined your chance to turn Swagger face. When he was with Michael Cole and associated with him, he should have turned on Michael Cole, been a face, had a short little face run. He would have been more relevant in the company, and people would have given a shit about him. Now, Jack Swagger, I say Jack who.
And just the way that they package him these last couple of weeks, you know, as being more of a badass.
Yeah, I'm coming out here. I'm Jack Swagger.
Yeah.
I still got the list, but I'm Jack Swagger.
Yeah, so I just don't see that happening.
He's
I see Cesaro.
American.
I see Cesaro before him turning face.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. In 2011, Mike was all about Jack Swagger. Now he can't stand his guts. At Mind Crushables, should WWE keep the Money in the Bank briefcase thing going, or is it doing more harm than good for up-and-coming main eventers?
The matches themselves are really good.
The only problem is the booking going up to that, and then what they do with the guys that have the briefcase afterwards. They never plot out, this is where you're going to cash in. They go, we'll throw the briefcase on him, and we'll worry about it later on.
The matches themselves are one thing. They are really good, but it's just, like you said, they need to plan it out better.
So exactly. The guy going into it shouldn't be losing every week, and then win that, and then lose more, cash in, win, and then, oh, he suddenly can win matches.
Daniel Bryan. At Jatinder Kalia, do you guys think the Ruthless Aggression era is the least talked about era in WWE history?
Ruthless Aggression. Yeah. Yeah. As well, it probably should be.
Well, what about the New Generation era?
Let's be honest, everybody only talks about the Attitude Era and the current era.
Hogan
era.
They sometimes talk about it, but mainly you're getting Attitude Era. Oh, The Rock and Austin. That's all you get. Who was better, Rock or Austin? Don't send that in as a question because it's not going to get fucking answered. You know why? Because it's probably getting saved for a Who Was Better series by the other guys at some point.
The Real A-listers. At The Real Lay Cool. With the Bellas gone, do you think the Usos should use some twin magic now?
No.
Are they saying the Usos should be in the Divas division? The Divas division could use some help.
That's true.
Because they don't really have any right now.
The Usos do have better tits than most of the girls in the Divas division.
Are the Usos even on TV? Have they been on TV for about the last month?
No, not really.
All right, so yeah, I suppose they could probably try to do something, but
twin magic is stupid.
It is.
At Air 458, I didn't realize you guys hated the Usos so much.
I don't hate
them. Whoa.
How would you reshape the entire title scene in WWE? We're going with what I just said. Would you reintroduce previous championships? Would you unify belts? What would you do to reshape the title scene?
I wish we could actually do this, but I always enjoyed the hardcore title just because it was one of those ones that you had to defend 24/7. You never knew when it was going to get defended or lost or anything like that. I always loved that, so I wish they would bring something like that back, but in this PG era, I doubt that they will.
I'd probably drop one of the lower tier belts, like the US or the Intercontinental, and bring back the Cruiserweight, because there's a lot more guys that are Cruiserweights now.
Right.
So it makes more sense to have that belt there.
Right. No, and I could see them, eventually doing that, unifying the IC and the US belt, but it's hard to, I don't know.
You think they'll unify the World Championships anytime soon?
No.
Let's just bring back like 50 belts so that way everybody can have a belt, so everybody's a fucking champion.
No, I don't think that they'll unify the World and the WWE Championship, because I just think that the World Championship actually, when it gets put onto somebody, they utilize the belt for that. That it brings a little bit more prestige, I guess you could say, to that person.
Is it sad that the World Heavyweight belt has more prestige to it than the WWE Championship?
It does, because World is like the world, and WWE is like WWE.
It's like 6 shows.
Yes.
Yeah, but when you have a World Heavyweight Championship and you have guys that are 5'10", 200 pounds carrying your World Heavyweight Championship, doesn't that ruin some of the prestige and luster of a belt that's called the World Heavyweight Championship?
Yeah, that's why they keep putting it back on Big Show.
And that's why they'll eventually probably put it on Mark Henry, because you can't get much more heavier than that.
Heavy in terms of awesome. At NJ17, what
Good God! He keeps getting questions in.
What moment in either the WWE or in wrestling in general made you guys realize it was scripted?
I'll let you go first.
For me, growing up, we didn't watch a lot of baseball, basketball, football in my house, so it was a lot of scripted shows. So when we watched wrestling, it felt like the same thing to me, so deep down, I've always kind of known it was scripted. I mean, a guy like Hogan doesn't just go out there and say, "Ooh, yeah!" Well, now I see him, and it's like, Hogan's like, yeah, that really is how Hogan is. But when I was little, I'm like, there's no way when this guy leaves the show that he acts like that. But apparently he does.
He acts like Randy Savage, apparently,
Yes,
according
yes,
to
he does.
Mike. What about you, Metal D?
I would have to say that it was a long time ago. Back when I was about 4, maybe even 5 years old.
Before the internet.
Yeah, way before the internet.
Before that thing called color television, see?
Exactly. Anyway,
Before I was born.
Back when they had 3 main television channels, that's the way it was, and we liked it.
Anyway, they had wrestling at a local arena here, and they always ran probably once a month or so. Once when I was a kid, me and my parents, we went to a restaurant downtown here in Waterloo, and come to find out, well, over there in the corner, all the wrestlers were chowing down, drinking, having a good old time. Faces and heels. That told me right there that it was
That was a no-no back then.
That was a very big no-no back then, but that told me right there that it was a work.
At Dasty the One wants to know, could you make a video series about each wrestler and their strengths and weaknesses, future perspectives? Maybe the Schleg Daddy will do that.
That would be a lot of videos.
That'd be a lot of videos.
Or maybe
I have
some
a job,
guys.
don't you?
I got a job, I have a life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, I don't know. Maybe I might do one.
Okay.
Okay, I'll do one.
I'll do one as well.
Yeah.
At Superkick95, who
Awesome
do you
name.
think is going to be the next member of the Breakfast Club?
Well, eventually CM Punk will quit being the fry cook, so he'll probably get moved up there.
Dolph Ziggler seems to be probably the best candidate, I would have to say, for this.
Would he be the resident jobber, thoh?
Yeah, probably so. But yeah, I think that he will
I
have a
don't know.
spot there at
As
the
soon
table.
as the Miz's movie comes out and stuff, if that does well, Miz might get a little move up there too.
He might.
Because I think Randy Orton's kind of on the outs with the Breakfast Club right now,
Yeah,
so they might be looking for new members.
yeah.
But didn't Sheamus just replace Randy Orton's spot?
Probably.
Yeah. I would have to say, in my opinion, Ziggler's got the best chance to get a seat at that
And
table.
what
mean,
say you, Mike?
They would let like Big Show or Mark Henry at that table, but they need
There wouldn't be nothing left to eat.
exactly.
Unless they tried to steal Undertaker's hot dogs.
Yeah, you have to do that.
Don't do that.
You guys don't understand that, and you're not designed to. Anyways, continue to submit your questions for future Q&As, hopefully more of them featuring the Schleg Daddy, the one you really came to see, by sending them to our Twitter, at
Who?
Off the Rope Show. And don't forget to click that little subscribe button down below. I think you guys have had enough of these two jive
No,
turkeys for-
we're gonna do more. More Q&As with Metal D and Mike.
More.